So yesterday's DH charged David, the singer, with murdering Celeste, but they also charged him with special circumstance, and I talked about it yesterday. But some of y'all in my comments giving a wrong definition or clearly don't understand what it means to lie in wait. That's one of the special circumstances that they want to prove in order to get a possible life without parole sentence or a death sentence for David. Now, lying in wait is defined not by your common sense or your lived experience. Lying in wait is defined under the law. If you look at California criminal instruction, you'll see they define it for you. When I talk to jurors about the law, I speak about like it's a recipe. Unless all the ingredients of a recipe are present, you don't get a guilty verdict, right? Or a true finding. In this case, here are the elements of lying in wait, okay? Obviously, the defendant committed the murder, intentionally killed the person. He also concealed his purpose from the person he killed. So David would have to conceal his purpose from Celeste. He waited, and the next one, he waited and watched for an opportunity to act. Next, he made a surprise attack on Celeste from a position of advantage. And lastly, he intended to kill her by taking the person by surprise. If you don't have these ingredients, you don't have lying in wait. That's the way the law works. That's how the jury will be instructed. I'll give an example of what that looks like. Say me and my boyfriend are beefing, I cheated on him or whatever. He know I'm at work. It's night when I get off, right? The house is dark. He hides in my closet in my bedroom or behind the door in my bathroom. He waits for me to come home with a knife clutched in his hand. Unbeknownst to me, I'm walking to my house thinking I'm off of work and I'm surprised. He jumps out of this dark bathroom with his knife pulled and he murders me. He has, number one, he's killed me, number one. Number two, he has concealed his purpose from me. I don't know what he's about to do. He don't warn me, I'm about to come get you. I'm about to come kill your ass. No. He's hiding behind the bathroom door. Then he waited and watched for an opportunity to act. He waited for me to come home from work. He watched in the house to see when I came home. He made the surprise attack from a position of advantage. He is in my home in darkness. He jumps out, which is the last element. He takes me by surprise. Those are the elements.
David is literally being charged with ambushing Celeste Rivas Hernandez. I just realized one of the special circumstances that fall under that murder charge is murder lying in wait, which means ambushed. The reason I think this went over my head is because I didn't hear them talk about this in the press conference. I don't know why my mind the whole entire time was thinking like it was the heat of the moment, like he figured out about this investigation and then it happened. But the whole murder in wait is like a whole ambush plan to get you over there and then off you. So here's the document with all the official charges for David, and it says that he was being charged with continuous SA of a child. And there's the murder charge with a special allegation of murder for financial gain. There's another special allegation, murder to prevent testimony. And then the next special allegation is murder by lying in wait. And another special allegation, use of a deadly weapon, and then the mutilation of a corpse. I did some research on this because I never heard for murder lying in wait before, and it says it's a form of first-degree murder involving a premeditated ambush where the perpetrator conceals their purpose and waits for an opportune moment to attack the victim by surprise. I swear the more that we hear about this, it just keeps getting worse. It is considered a highly predatory act, often classified as a special circumstance that lead to severe penalties, including life without parole. Key components of lying in wait include concealment of purpose. The attacker hides their intent, which may involve physical hiding or a deceptive plan, even if the victim is aware of the attacker's presence. Watching and waiting, the perpetrator waits for a substantial period to launch a surprise attack from a position of advantage. Premeditation, this action demonstrates a state of mind equivalent to premeditation and deliberation, often making it a special circumstance in states like California. So this is exactly why we saw the grand jury transcript that said premeditation. They're literally saying that this was a pre-planned and ambushed attack. I honestly cannot imagine what we are going to learn when this starts getting into the phase where more detailed information actually comes out. Because it's so much worse than we all already thought that it was. I also wanted to let you guys know we did not get a direct statement from Celeste Rivas's family or their attorney after David pleaded not guilty. I'm honestly not sure what happened. The news media was literally sitting outside waiting for them to come out and give a statement, but it never happened. So I think this is all I'm going to have on the David case tonight. But if anything changes, I will definitely let you know. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
The internet solved this case before the prosecution even filed the charges, and I know the prosecution had to build their case. I'm just saying, I've never seen the internet theories match the government's legal filings so perfectly. Like, look at this. So David Anthony Burke, spelled D4VID, was just charged with murder, continuous sexual abuse of a child, and unlawful mutilation of human remains. But I want you to focus on the 3 special circumstances which the internet had been locked. Y'all really had your foot on David's neck regarding these special circumstances from jump. So count 1 alleges that he intentionally killed Celeste by lying in wait. And that means exactly what you think it means, right? The prosecution is alleging that he planned it, he waited, he might have even lured her to the location, to his house in the Hollywood Hills, and the entire time killing her was already the plan, or he might have even ambushed her. The prosecution could argue any of those things at trial. They might even argue all of them. The second special circumstance is that he killed her for financial gain. If you learned about David through this case, you may not have known that he has billions, with a B, of streams on Spotify. He's a major artist making serious money. So the prosecution's theory, from what I can gather, is that Celeste was going to expose their relationship, and he calculated that exposure would end his career or he might get canceled. So he chose to kill a child. Bro, if this is true, you are, like, I'm talking, you're cooked, air fried, okay? Because they're gonna say that you cared more about your bottom line than the life of a child, that you really, why were you even talking to this child? And if the prosecutors can prove that, you could potentially be looking at the death penalty. The third special circumstance is that he killed her because she was a witness to an active investigation. This can get kind of confusing. What I think it means is that the investigation was basically into the relationship with David and Celeste, like there was some sort of investigation that was happening or going to happen. So she wasn't just a victim in this case, she was also the primary witness, because think about it, she was there, she knew everything, she's the best person to testify as to what was going on with David. So by her not being alive, she cannot testify about the nature of their relationship, and she can't prove any allegations against him. And for that reason, he silenced her permanently. That is what the prosecution's case is so far. 3 special circumstances, 1 14-year-old girl dead. Don't forget to follow so you don't miss any updates. The way my jaw stayed in place, I'm not gagged. We knew this was coming.
Today, I am announcing the charges against David Anthony Burke, the musician known as David, spelled D4VD, in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time. These charges include the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring. That is first-degree murder.
Last week, the police were like, we're going to present the case to the district attorney on Monday, making it seem all mysterious. Like, are they going to charge him officially with murder, or are they not? Yeah, of course they were going to charge him with murder. The DA and the police have been working together lockstep this entire time, according to them. So if the police arrested him, I'm sure the DAs were planning on charging him with murder. That's pretty normal. Here's what happened in the David press conference. So David is charged with first-degree murder with 3 special circumstances: lying in wait, financial gain, and murdering a witness, in addition to lewd and lascivious acts with a child and mutilation of human remains. Life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty are potentially on the table. They will decide about the death penalty at a different time. The internet is saying that the relationship between David and Celeste was like the worst kept secret in town. People allegedly knew both of them were together because of Discord messages, texts, live streams, photos. My question though is, if it went down how the prosecution said it went down, how come nobody intervened before now? Or did they? I mean, the allegation is that a 14-year-old was allegedly having a relationship with an adult. So how do you go from starting there to now she's deceased and all this gap in between? What happened? Here's a timeline of events. Prosecutors say that on April 23rd, 2025, Celeste went to David's house and she was never heard from again. On September 8th, her dismembered and decomposed remains were found in the front trunk of a Tesla registered to him, and her body was found between 2 bags. The decomposition and the decay of her body definitely slowed things down. They probably couldn't determine a cause of death right away, and you can't prove murder without cause of death. But the DA today confirmed that the coroner's report will be released to the public, and the coroner was actually able to determine cause of death. And then we should expect it to involve some sort of sharp instrument. Now, with respect to the financial gain, prosecutors are alleging that Celeste was going to expose their relationship and he killed her in order to protect his very lucrative career. Now, is there a video of him killing Celeste? Prosecutors, of course, said no, and that makes sense because he would have been arrested way before now, right? If there was a video of him killing her or stuffing her body into the Tesla, they would have arrested him way before now. But the prosecutor did say that they apparently have physical evidence and digital forensic documents. When asked if anyone else will be arrested, the prosecutor said he wouldn't comment on that. I definitely think more people are going to be arrested. If the prosecutors are correct and more people knew about this relationship, I wouldn't be surprised if more arrests come down the pipeline. But remember, none of this is evidence, and this all still has to be proven in court beyond a reasonable doubt. David is having his first court date today. I expect him to plead not guilty. Everybody pleads not guilty at their first court date. Sometimes they continue it, but I don't think he will because he's had his attorneys locked in and retained for a while now. And I am certain they were expecting David to be charged with murder today because on Friday, the police told everybody, yeah, we're going to present the case on Monday. So